Day 18, reading the Epstein files out loud until they're tossed into wood chippers. This is an email, a witness statement who is sending in information to the Office of Public Affairs. The Office of Public Affairs forwards it on to the FBI and the Assistant U.S. Attorney, and they don't believe her because of a couple typos, apparently. So I'm only going to read the email with all of the info. Hi, redacted. Epstein case. Have information that might help your agency establish important facts regarding Epstein's strategy trafficking underage foreign girls into the U.S. Epstein used MC2 as a cover-up company to legally traffic underage minors into the U.S. and use them as prostitutes. I have several victims that have confirmed this, and as you know, there are over a dozen civil cases pending in the South District Court of Florida waiting to try these cases. Epstein used MC2 as his legitimate trafficking vehicle. In 2005, Epstein loaned the majority shareholder of MC2 and friend Jean-Luc Brunel, may he rest in terror, shared with Epstein prior convictions in France several times for same offense soliciting underage minors. Brunel was exposed on 60 Minutes, and his partner Jeffrey Fuller $1 million to start MC2 in New York, Miami, and Tel Aviv in 2005. Brunel and Fuller are bisexual like Epstein. Brunel was fired as partner of the original company, Kareem Models in Paris, by his brother, Redacted, and their longtime business partner and original founder, Redacted, a wealthy aristocrat from France, who disapproved of Jean-Luc's womanizing with underage minors. When Jean-Luc was kicked out, he came to New York, met Epstein, and shared much in common, mostly love of underage girls. They struck a friendship. Kareem Models reopened under the name MC2 using the $1 million that Epstein transferred in 2005. Have emails to prove this. Long redacted line. In the meantime, an established and well-respected journalist from a U.S. national publishing house agreed to give me his story. That is, his confirmed facts and details on the case since 2005, in order to incorporate it into my book and documentary. Since reporter couldn't publish it because, according to several sources in the publishing world, his publication killed the story. Reason? A former president of the U.S. strongly suggested to both editor and publisher that the Epstein story should not be run. Epstein and this former president are very close and share much in common. Have all of those confirmed facts, emails, letters, etc. There is more. The person at Redacted who issued the $1 million loan transfer and forced Epstein to sign the transfer in 2005 is Redacted. The IRS returns for the year 2004 and 2005 by MC2 were less than the total reported amounts. I have an email given to my former bookkeeper that shows discrepancies. According to the accountant, since 1999, MC2 avoided paying IRS taxes on approximately an undeclared amount of $6 million. The person in charge of issuing legitimate U.S. visas using false documentation from abroad in order to traffic the underage girls and models from Europe, Latin America, and other foreign destinations is Luis Font in Miami. His offices are on Redacted. Receptionist hangs up on the phone if you don't identify yourself as someone they already know. The person in CPA issuing bank transfers knows where most of Epstein's hidden assets are, is a Cuban man named Richard Fernandez. Fernandez is the person in charge of transferring Epstein's assets to the Caribbean islands and other foreign banks in order to protect his assets from pending civil suits. If I can help you in any way, let me know. There are many trials and many disgruntled people who are talking.